So we can kind of start. We'll get into it more maybe in 15 minutes or so. So do you have any questions? None. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yes.
Lose any limbs or get bloodied up, or people are going to track us in the street?
Probably not. I don't need this, do I? Right now? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. So typically, no. You could have bleed through,
What is that?
where you may see something. You hear me okay back there, Halcyon?
Sorry.
Can you hear me okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You got to use it if you can.
Yeah, I'll just use it here. So you could have a bleed through of what happened. What you'd have anyway is like a dream state. You shouldn't have anything really going negatively wrong with you in your life, where things happen. If you do have a problem, then you're put back together by the light, so you're actually rematerialized. Okay, because you can't get lost on a timeline. That's the main thing. If you get lost on a timeline, then you would not be able to have what we have right here. So you're going to be dealing with people from the past that went into the future that came back to here. So if they were to die, like your great-grandparents, right, you wouldn't be here, right? so nothing can really happen to you. And you are, the you that goes there will be the you that they're working with, even if it is a clone body of you. So that's what's being brought forward. Okay, and the timelines are probably from people, maybe from just roughly 500 AD. So anybody who was warring with somebody else, they're probably enlisted at that particular time. What they do is they'll stop time. So you have to remember that they're all using alien technology to stop time, so they know how to do time travel. So even though we look at it now as something new with the movies and things, it was still done probably, long time ago. So what they'll do is, get this correct here, because it's the United States of America founding fathers of the Constitution, who are the time travelers, and they're bringing forth the energy, or they're spearheading, connecting to the alien war. And all the other countries enlist with them. So they're in charge of the whole thing. Probably because they made the Constitution. I don't think any other country had a Constitution that would give you, free choice, free will. So that's the premise of the light. And you may wonder, how can the light destroy something when it would be in judgment of that? It's only because the light's regaining its territory that got stolen from it. So the light will never combat anything unless something gets into its realm of experience, and the darkness should not be here whatsoever. So the darkness is what I call the aliens that do not have a spirit or soul in them. That's one type of darkness, and they want to get you because you have a divine spark which never dies. So it'd be like an eternal, like ever-ready battery, that would last, okay? And then you have the darkness energies that was created by the light. So reversing that to get it more proper, the light energies that turned into mind energy, like what we have on this planet. So anybody who thinks that changed and got out of the energy of hard energy and went into mind, that's the darkness energy. So a lot of people on the planet do that. Domination and control, maybe like your boss, okay? In true light, there'd be no boss. Okay, so what happened is since the darkness came in here and we're getting close to the time of ascension, there's no date on it because the light doesn't work in time. It's always in the now. That's where I'm from, is the now. And it's a different now than what you're used to, because I don't tap into the reality of cause and effect. Where you're dealing with cause and effect, and you can go into the now on the timeline, but I live outside of that. So I live outside of records, okay, and history. I just live in the now. as a light being. So what got me involved with this process is not that I wanted to deal with aliens, but that's where it brought me. I'm doing my healings, and all of a sudden aliens kind of show up, and I go, well, got to deal with aliens. And I've been helping people with getting aliens off of their butts, basically, because people would say, gee, Ron, I'm being attacked by aliens, and what do? I go, well, you can relocate yourself on your bed. You can put maybe a tinfoil hat on. That will help. Okay. Aluminum foil, we'll say. Some people actually have wore like a belt around them, around their power chakra, because they felt they were being attacked there. And that will work to a certain extent. Another thing you can do is maybe go to Home Depot, and they sell the foil that you put around Mylar that you put around a water heater. I don't think, maybe it comes like a 25-foot roll or something by about maybe 4 foot. Okay, that's available. That can help people. But that's about all that I could do for people, is tell them what you can do. So then I had to put on the website an alien attack page. And I thought, and that was about 3 years ago, I believe. And I thought, well, do I really want to do this? So I started figuring out what to put on there. And I really didn't want to poke the aliens with a stick. And the light just said, yeah, put it on there. So I go, okay. I figured I'd be a crispy critter like in a day or two, Well, it's been up ever since. So this brought me to going to the underground tunnels, looking for the clone factories, and getting rid of the aliens as light. I was attacked by the U.S. government when I was in New York here, just maybe a year ago, possibly a year and a half ago. For about 3 days, they brought in the remote viewers. I could feel shots being shot at me from psychic attack energies. And then they finally figured out that I didn't want anything, because they saw me as an alien. Because I'm doing stuff down there, which they should be doing, but I'm doing it, and they thought it was another alien race doing this, not realizing this was light. So I got them off me. I don't get a paycheck, unfortunately. I'd like to have that. But from there, we got into destroying more of the clone tunnels. And then all of a sudden, one night, I have these 2 men that come to me periodically. And one night, all of a sudden, they came. One guy is like in a brown suit, kind of like Navy in a sense. That's kind of how he looked. The other one has, I guess, the darker blue uniform, and has all the little badges on it and stuff, And all of a sudden, we got the word imminent danger. So I looked, and sure enough, I think there was maybe like 2,000 troops that were fighting the aliens that got terminated instantly. That was one of the attacks that I knew about, okay? So I had to go there and rematerialize these guys because they were zapped. And that's what I do in the underground is when we find an alien race, the first thing that happens is they have the choice of coming to the light. They shouldn't be here, number one. But they do have one choice. Do you want to come into the light or get out? Well, they've been doing all these awful things to people, so instantly they're terminated. Then we go back and find out where they came from, look for the brothers and sisters, and keep following that line back. In the process of going back, we start finding more spirits, more souls of people, of light. And the lights are to collect light. So they go back as far as they can go. And these creatures are anything. They're octopus energies, things with big teeth, just whatever you can imagine is out there, and worse. So these guys came to me and said, we're being, our soldiers got terminated fighting the aliens, and they didn't have the technology. They came forth with probably maybe technology about maybe 20 years in the future here, thinking that they could fight the aliens off. So at that point, what happened was the reason why they came back is because these people that were transported by maybe our government and other governments that know about time travel, many of the militaries do this, okay? They were brought forth from maybe, let's just say the World War I, okay? And they would take the people in boot camp, World War II, whatever, and they would freeze time and say, do you want to go on another mission? The war's over, basically. You have to tell them something, right? They go, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm already enlisted. And they time travel them up to the future. And they're probably going to maybe, 2100 right now to maybe 2200. And then they're being trained and brought back into our timeline because they could see from going in the future, they can look back, just like hindsight, look back and see that, yeah, there's stuff happening here in the year 2012. So you all follow me so far? So they have the hindsight to look at this here. And what they saw was an alien invasion here. That's the big thing. And as we get closer to it, you're going to find more energies that are coming in here that are detrimental. Because the aliens know that the Mayan calendar is ending, we have the planetary alignments, all this stuff happening. So most people are curious about that. But the aliens know, yeah, if they believe that, if the human race believes something's going to happen, we're going to get them before some of the race gets them. So this is like a feeding frenzy for them. So they're probably even battling themselves to get us. So what happens is that the people now, the soldiers from like probably 500 AD, whoever they were, the militaries or whatever, that know how to fight, the time has stopped. So if you're at a table and you're having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and you're like this here, they freeze time. Okay? Then they take them off to the future and they're still frozen. And now they're doing their mission, coming back in time to 2012. Now when they get done with their mission, they'll be brought back to that timeline where they got frozen, won't have any recollection of what's happening, and they'll begin their life over again. So are we all on the same page?
Finish the cup of tea.
They'll finish the cup of tea, yes. Life will go on as normal.
How can they do that?
What's that?
How can they do that if 500 AD is passed?
That they can go back in time. So most people that have have fought somebody with a spear or a gun or something, whatever they used at that time is what they're using right now to battle the aliens, because that's what they're used to, but they're shooting out light. If they hold a spear out, light comes out of that. So true light is defeating the aliens. So, they couldn't use a slingshot or something to fight an alien that has, a laser or something, it wouldn't even work, So what the aliens can do, they can create a vortex, a wormhole, a vortex, whatever word you want to use there. So the soldiers can be out there battling, they can win a battle, kick back, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this thing opens up and 1,000 aliens come in front of them. So they're always on guard continuously. They do have, in a sense, kind of warning devices, but when a wormhole pops in, sometimes they're undetectable. So the light normally works, but the soldiers normally work outside of the timeline, and they view that timeline when the aliens are coming. Now, if you're in a ship doing this process, you can actually see, since you're out of time, you can actually see this laser beam coming at you, and it might take 15 seconds. Okay? So you can say, oh, I'm going to move over here. It doesn't hit you. The ships that I'm used to going into, at least my ship that I go into, the protection on it right now is about 15 foot of light around it, so it's very hard to penetrate. And normally if you get hit with a particle beam or something like that, whatever they're using from the future, you might have a little jolt on it, but normally there's no casualties. Sometimes there is, and if there isn't, I have to go out and find the soldiers and rematerialize them and make them real again, whole, so they can continue on. So that's my role in this here. So the enlistment process is between you and, get it correct here, because I can't talk about the government on the surface here, because it's not the same thing, okay? So you're being enlisted into the Founding Fathers Defense Fleet, in a sense, the Special Forces, okay? And you can get out whenever you choose to, because you're not enlisted into a typical, quote, quote, military establishment, where you're in for so many years. As far as the byproduct of it, you may have a little bit of recall, possibly, as a bleed through, but normally you feel much better. You feel like you're accomplishing something. It's like a puzzle piece that you never had, and now you have this extra self-esteem that you're doing something. Yes?
Probably others in the room here like me that have already have recollection of things in their life.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, okay, great. What I will say is if you have been in the military, okay, and you are a veteran, you are more than likely already enlisted. They just went back to when you signed up and got you. And so you may have the dreams now of doing that. And I would think that possibly the police departments also are involved, okay? But we'll just keep it more in the military aspect, okay? So it's where people take orders and they know how to shoot a gun, okay? Yes?
When you were saying about going back and there being casualties, what happens when you go back and they are a casualty, and where are they?
Okay, where do they go to? Okay, if somebody gets evaporated?
Yeah.
Okay, then what happens is we go back on the timeline just before they got hit. And then I can get the pieces, or get the energy of that person, and then when they get cremated, I can take the energy and rematerialize the body.
So they go back to that cup of coffee that way?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think we're talking about two different things here, but I'd say yes, And so the soldiers that have been enlisted, that where time was stopped, okay, when they're done with their time involved with fighting the aliens, they'll come back to that exact moment, and then they hit the pause. The pause button is on, and they hit the play button, and then they're moving forward with their regular life. If they were killed in a war, then they'll still be alive initially during that process. So you could be enlisted with your family members, your ancestors. So if you see people that look like you, sort of, then they would be your aunt, and you can request that too. Yes?
There are a lot of symbols that people use or feeling that may actually open up vortexes or aliens to come through.
Yeah.
Think about that?
Okay, sure. Yeah, the worst thing that happened here more recently was, I think, in '87, when people brought in the energy of the harmonic convergence. And that energy opened up a lot of stuff here. Remember, what's bringing the aliens in, they want to live off your emotional energy and your traumas, but what brings them in is when people pray outside of themselves, and they open up these vortexes because the energy is being used by the aliens. And so you're actually asking them to come in here to take away your free will, free choice. So that's the problem that people are having. Yes? Want to? David Icke's workshop, okay. Okay. Okay, so what you're saying is you went to David Icke's workshop and you got slimed by the reptilians. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about that. This is good to know.
How do you get rid of them?
You'd have to go to my website. You have to go to my website and do an alien attack page. That's on there, $30 for the month. Get in there and work with the reptilians. Whenever anybody talks about the aliens, and as soon as they talk about it, they're with you.
And he did the Illuminati, the Bilderbergers, the reptiles.
Yeah. I think that would be bad to talk about because you're bringing in the energies.
Yeah.
It's already here, but you're opening yourself up to that by hearing the information. Okay. It's not that, and plus you may already have them inside of you, and that got activated more, and they'll come to you. Okay? Yeah, you go to my website and do the alien attack page. Yes?
Well, how does people talk about it without bringing it?
That's a good question. I don't normally give names of aliens when I talk about aliens. People ask me. I don't give names. If you notice that, okay? I never give names because why should I bring the energy here, okay? I'll talk about them and tell you what they are, but I won't give a name of a particular race. And there's lots of them, okay? Yes?
Are they involved with the U.S. government?
All governments are controlled by aliens, yes. Okay? So what you have is different levels of the governments. What we're working with on the particular one here is the Founding Fathers, whose premise is free will, free choice.
Battery?
So, and these energies can't, maybe I'll just wait a second here. Let me get it here, I'll get it. There, let's pop it in. So since we have the Constitution here, which is very similar to what light is, free will, free choice, non-interference, and that's how the light can help the soldiers to do what they're doing. And they don't, the light normally will not strike first. I'll go out myself like a point person to get attacked, and then from there the light will take them over. But normally the soldiers are out there fighting and the light's right behind them. And that's the way it works. So if you look over your back shoulder, you can see the light actually there. And it will come to your defense and aid if you can't take him out. Is it going? Okay. So I can bring in the different races here. I'll first bring in the U.S. government and the founding fathers. I have to make that little disclaimer there. So here we go. You can feel the soldiers. They'll line the room in here. Normally it's pretty peaceful. When I first did this, the energy was kind of heavy. These soldiers will come in with their complete armament. So here we go.
These are the good guys.
Yeah, here we go. So I'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A lot of them are already here. Here we go. You guys feeling a little shift in energy? I'll get it a little stronger. Stronger, 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 and stronger. You can feel the room change a little bit. So it's real subtle. When I first did this, I came in too strong. And all of a sudden it felt very, very negative. And it freaked some people out on my conference calls. Now they come in more gently. So they're here. And so what I'll do is bring in other races. So anybody want to name a race of people that's on this planet?
Pleiadians.
No, they're not here. A race of people. You know, a culture.
Oh, humans?
Humans.
That were born
Yeah.
on planet Earth.
Okay, I'll bring the Chinese. I'm assuming. They're not involved. Okay. I'll bring the Japanese. Okay? So you feel the American soldiers, right? Can you sense a little energy? Here's the Chinese. Wow, the Japanese. Very interesting. They're trying to give me a mind control implant here. The Chinese aren't involved with this whatsoever. Very interesting. Have to do some research on this one. Here we go. Japanese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Can you feel that little change in energy?
I feel like having sushi.
Okay. Need it a little bit stronger. I'll increase it more. Stronger, 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 and stronger. Okay. And anybody want to suggest another?
Russians.
Russians? Okay, here comes the Russians. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. There. To me, it's a little softer. In my experience, the Russians have more heart energy. Okay? What other race of people on the planet here?
British?
British? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. Are you feeling that? Okay. Germans? Okay. Here we go. Germans. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And stronger, stronger. They're pretty intense. Stronger, 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 and stronger. They almost feel like the opposite of the Russians to me. I don't want to use the word ruthless, but that's kind of how they feel. Okay. Anybody else getting the same sense? Very, very intense. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Africans. Okay. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. From my perspective, these guys are big. Okay? These are like your NFL football players, okay?
Irish.
Irish. Okay, Irish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Why were not the Chinese involved?
I don't have the. It's interesting that they wanted to say that so far twice. They're not involved, so somehow maybe they want to be involved right now. I don't know. But as of before we started this, lecture, we'll say they were not involved. I have to do some checking.
Did you take out some clone factories in that area at one point?
Phone factories, yeah. Any other race? India? Okay. Eastern India, right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. Okay. Brazil? Okay. Brazil. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. French? Okay. French. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And stronger, 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 and stronger.
So these soldiers serve as protectors of the individuals here?
They can when you enlist, yeah. Most people that enlist will have the unit that they are going into, these invisible soldiers, even though you're physical here, but you are time traveling into the future to get trained, and you come back on a timeline. Outside of this timeline, those soldiers will be there to help you as you're fighting with them. So they could come into this reality, just like right now, and help you out. Do all of you feel pretty secure? Feel like you have some kind of like invisible backup just by having them in here?
That's what I was thinking.
It feels like you're like in a little nest, like a little baby bird in a nest, or before you're out on the ground, moving around. So it is very comforting.
So now, how long is this war?
Don't know. Don't know.
Because time is all.
Time is elusive, yeah. Don't know.
So now they're fighting over basically fighting over control of planet Earth.
That's correct. Fighting over planet Earth, the control of it, yeah. Yes?
When the soldiers are in the heat of battle, usually that's a very emotionally charged, negative, violent thing. How could they possibly use source energy?
Okay, yeah, the soldiers, when you're battling the aliens, you have no emotions. You can't have emotions to do anything, because then you'd be tapped back into an emotional timeline. You have to be neutral, okay?
Now, are you just using mirrors, or are you sending out energies in addition? You're on a ship typically, unless you're on a ground crew walking through underground tunnels looking for them. Normally, most of the ones that people want to do is be on a ship, and then you have the protection of the ship, and it just shoots out light instantly. If you're a ground crew, you might have your bow and arrow or something, if you're way back when, or a slingshot, or your musket or something, or even more current stuff, maybe a machine gun or something, okay? But it all depends what you are used to using, because you couldn't take somebody way back when and show them some type of armament that they wouldn't know what it was, because they're still living in their timeline with whatever they're wearing. They might be wearing a bear suit, and they're out there fighting. But whatever that instrument that they're using initially to shoot something with is, or defend themselves, the armament will be shooting light, and the light is instantaneous. There's no time on light.
So it's faster than the traditional speed of light.
Yeah, yeah. The aliens don't even know what happened to them, and most of the aliens are very arrogant. They get the warning not to invade the light. They get told to get out of the territory of light, and they don't understand. They think that they have it all.
They think they can win.
But then they can win, and they're terminated.
And they're kamikaze type culture.
In a sense, you could say that, yeah. But all they're interested in doing is free will, or taking away free will, free choice. That's all that they know. So they're like a program. And some of these things are robotic, and some are actually more physical.
Organic.
Organic, yes.
And they're created in laboratory.
They could be. They could be. So any questions? One more, okay. Yeah, yeah. I can bring the North American Indians in. That'd be okay. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, stronger, 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 and stronger. There. Yes.
Before somebody is it out in South Africa, in history.
South Africa, okay. Yes, yeah. They'll go back on the timelines, yes. They'll go back in time, so yeah. And you can be re-enlisted more than once. When we're working with getting rid of the Black Widow energies, Black Widows are very potent. So they had to re-enlist people over again 5 minutes after they enlisted initially to double the forces.
Well, it's make sure that a lot of military people, history, military wear class.
Oh yes, Yeah. So people could like reincarnate as a military officer, or go into the military, like you say, oh, my dad was in the military, and my grandfather, and going back. Yeah. So that could be an initial program that they're running to do that. Yes, that is correct. Yes, this lady here.
Could you speak? There's been a lot of new technology that's been coming out. Could you speak of any of that, like alien influence technology?
Everything here that you're dealing with would be from the aliens, because you're using the mind energy, collective consciousness, and that was created by the aliens. Your vocabulary is alien, okay, for your own language, that maybe, for your ancestors, although we're speaking English here. That's all alien stuff. There's key words in there, key phrases. The vowels are used for tracking. Like 1111 is a tracking program. So when you see the 1111 on your clock, that's just a program that allows you to move your body to see what time it is. And when you connect that you do see 1111, then they got you on a program. So that's everything here is mind controlled. Even though you think you have free will, that's just strictly a mind control program that makes you think that. You do have some kind of life, but remember, you're born under your natal chart. And the natal chart that you have is your basic life path. It can be changed, but most people are unconscious of it to try to change something. So that's probably maybe 90% of what you're living is that, and that's from your DNA of your body. Yes? Ascended Masters, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Okay? The old song you used to sing in school, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. Okay, a lot of truth in that. What's out there. Okay? So, like, what they do is the aliens will project a hologram of you living here. So, what's behind those doors? Are they going to waste the footage of energy and the energy to materialize that room next door if you're not in there? There are no humans in there? No, they not even exist. Until you open that door, then they'll start the hologram going.
All right. I open up the door, so what do I see? That room.
What you're going to see is the room. The room. You're going to see the room.
That's it?
That's it. But when you're not, when the door is closed, it may not even exist. Okay? Everything is here as you perceive it. Okay?
So that's kind of zen in a way, if a tree falls and no one's around. Did it fall if nobody was around to see it?
In a sense, yes, So, what I can do is, if you guys want to enlist, you can have a little experience with that if you want to go out on a ship just to see what it's like to battle the aliens. Normally you have about a week of orientation. We can do that if you want.
Why don't you tell them about the benefit to the humans if they get killed?
Yeah, if you get killed, one of the main benefits is that since you're made up of DNA and that's your storyline and who you are, they can actually probably make you better than what you were initially.
You can be cloned.
You are a clone out there. You are a clone like you are in here fighting, but the clone will never change. We only have one clone because the one clone's on a timeline. So the aliens are not going to come in and replace you as a clone and a clone and a clone every 10 minutes like happens here.
Humans have souls.
Yeah, but it's you missed the most important part of the lecture. So they put a small piece of you in your body as your spirit, and a small piece in your physical body to materialize that. So let's bring in one of the light ships here, and you can pick whatever country you want, but we'll probably keep with the United States right now. So we'll just have them come in. You go on one of the light ships to do some battling. You can see what it's like. And right now they're being taken out as an observer on one of the ships. So you may actually see lasers come at you. That's what you're experiencing right now. And you can also watch a termination of the aliens that are battling. If you felt sometimes when the lasers hit the ships kind of jerk a little bit, a lot of force there. You're looking at something that isn't even on this planet, okay, as far as what they're doing to, you know, the technologies are so advanced that we wouldn't have a clue here what's going on, but out there it's very real. That's why they have to use the technology of light to terminate them.
Is it connected? There were recent explosions in a small town in Wisconsin. Have you heard about that a few days ago?
No, I'm
Just
not.
mentioned it was
Yeah,
on the radio.
yeah,
And
I'm not aware of that one.
It was on the radio. It said everyone's mystified. It appeared to be explosions. Nobody knew. In a small town in Wisconsin, nobody knew what it was.
I have no intel on that. So how's it feel? Are you guys sensing anything happening? So I'll bring you back here. Bring me back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. So how was that? Any comments? It's like you had maybe an experience. Anything that you could? How was it for you? Huh?
That's not what feeling.
Helicopters? Okay. Anybody else have an experience? Yes.
I didn't really see anything, but my left forearm felt kind of weird.
Weird? Okay.
Is that a connection?
Yes.
What's my story? A friend of mine who studied hypnosis,
Uh-huh.
and he was hypnotizing, trying to practice hypnotizing practice. When all of a sudden, these people or entities or whatever that describe themselves as aliens or aliens apart. And it was a ship. I mean, that's what he described to me. You know, sitting there, what they told that he had entered into or stepped into an area with him, and that he was never to touch the person. And it did, there would be consequences. Now, I wasn't there when it happened because the stores were closed. And the first thing that kind of very, very strange. Very, very strange. This is here on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after that, he's now gotten very involved in work. Very, very involved. Ship-like experience.
Okay. Yeah, most of the ships that people see, like I say, probably 95% of them are made on this planet. And maybe your neighbor could be flying one of them. Okay. People talk about seeing a ship in the sky and they got different colored lights on it blinking. You know, like, come on, hello. I mean, after you've been on these ships, no way. You know, no way. But a lot of those could be holograms too. But the true alien ships are stealth, much like your ship clouds that you can't see. Okay, so just look out here any day of the week, look for a cloud, and it'll have a flat bottom to it. That's a ship. You know, the older people here, I guess we're all kind of old, remember the clouds that used to be round, okay? So from probably, you know, I would say looking at the movies on TV, probably from maybe the middle 50s to 60s is when they started to come in. So if you look at an old black and white movie a long time ago, you're going to see the beautiful clouds, at least by the 80s, okay? So they're giving you mind control transmissions. That's what they're there to do. And they're here, but they're outside of our timeline. We can see them with the cloud. Once the cloud goes away, then you can't see them, which means that they're still here, but the cloud just closed itself over the alien ship. And that's the problem that we have here, that people are trying to look for a spaceship, a flying saucer, and they're all around us. Up there probably at maybe 15,000. Huh?
Why do you see them?
Why what?
Why we don't see them?
Because they're in a different dimension, but the cloud forms around it, okay, as it's bleeding through into this dimension. You know, so we're seeing the cloud do that. If we didn't have any clouds, it probably wouldn't appear, but somehow the atmosphere attracts the energy that would form around the ship.
What are the purposes of the chemtrails?
Don't know. I don't get into chemtrails.
That's the big mystery, because
Yeah,
everybody very visible.
Yeah, see, I can only talk about light. I don't talk about the government stuff, even though I may know about a few things, you know, but I can't get involved with chemtrails. Okay, that's not my forte. Everybody else will talk about them, but that's not where my focus is. My focus is ascension and light, and now we're branching off into getting rid of the aliens, taking away your free choice, free will. If the aliens stopped coming here, everybody would have no more mind control transmissions. In fact, I'll just turn it off for you right now. Ready? Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There. Your mind control's turned off. Now, if you think a thought, it may not come from your head. This is what they're connecting to you. How do you people feel? Feel more at peace? Body relaxing? And remember, you still have here all these electronic stuff going on. All the cell phone towers, everything else. You have a cell phone in your pocket, it's probably radiating energy out, right? That's still here, but yet the mind control's off you. This is mind control. So your body relaxes, okay? What's that? Yes, So the aliens brought in mind, universal mind, collective consciousness, the New Age movement, whatever is out there in mind, okay? And the mind is what they're using to control you. They have a medium there. You turn it off, if everybody was in their heart with no mind control, just get rid of the mind control patterns, we wouldn't have any more. Why would you want, can you kill anybody right now? Just think about it. Can you hurt somebody? You know, could you kick a dog right now? No, mind control's off. So that's the process, that's what the aliens are doing to you, and it can get worse. And so for me, I get people who want to confront me, they go, oh, there's got to be some good aliens out there. Well, where are they? Okay? Now, I'm sure there could be, but the ones that I deal with are the bad ones, are the ones trying to take away your free choice, free will. And that's the problem that we're having. Yes? Question?
The New World Order.
I don't get into New World Order.
It doesn't have to do with the aliens.
Everything is controlled here by the aliens. So the New World Order, yeah, it's very possible, but I can't bridge that gap. Yeah, I don't bridge that gap because that gap is something that's political. I don't deal with politics.
It's about control.
I'm just dealing with
They are
control.
controlling us.
Yeah, everything gets controlled. Yeah.
All right, so but you can go technologically. Somebody's using a cell phone. Can invisible subliminal messages?
Yes. Yes.
Through as you're having a conversation with someone?
Yes, all the time. Yes. And if if you notice, if you're, I don't watch sports on TV whatsoever. I don't like, especially like football games or something, but I don't watch that. But if you listen to the background noise,
The crowd, you mean?
the crowd, it's all about the same. If you can think back, you heard one particular, football game, and it has a certain pattern to it, and then you hear another one, it's a certain pattern. Now, I'm not saying that the TV station is giving you this pattern, right? I'm just saying that the mind control is like, rides on top of it like a carrier wave, and it may make the sound like that, okay? Yes?
Is it true that there are 3D glasses that you can use to see through subliminal messages?
Is it true? I don't know.
Like these sunglasses that you can put on and then you can
They
see
live?
where all the messages are.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
They
Yeah,
live?
just like that. Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not true. You're saying they live is not true.
They live is true.
It is true. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Oh,
of
the
any,
glasses
I don't
part.
know of any
You're
glasses.
saying the reality of the they live is true, but not the glasses part where you can see through it. So then how do you
I don't.
protect,
Well,
how do you protect
I would
yourself?
imagine that there may be a technology to see aliens that could be very high tech, which would be the alien technology of the aliens not wanting to be hunted by another alien race, and they probably have that technology, and that technology could be down here somewhere.
You don't know.
Okay,
There's some mysteries that we can't answer. Is that what you're saying?
that's correct, and I can only go so far with what I know. If I don't know about it, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, that's.
I don't make up stories or anything.
So you would classify demonic possession as alien?
Yes.
What's defined as demonic possession traditionally?
Yeah. Demonic stuff would be alien life forms that come into a body, take over a body. And I have dealt with those energies, okay?
And
I have dealt with those, yes. Well, one of the races looks like, in fact, some of these came into the light actually. They're horned creatures with a tail, sharp claws, and red eyes.
they stand upright?
They stand upright, yes.
Also,
Ones that I worked with, as I'm looking, are between 8 to 18 feet tall.
that you worked against?
Worked against, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of these came into the light. They have
So
a
that
choice to
bird-
go into the light, because they always have the chance before they get terminated. And they shouldn't be here. So right away, they're playing in our sandbox of light, number one. Okay, they should not be here whatsoever. They should not be giving you mind control stuff. But they're getting something out of it, which is you.
Energy,
Yeah, they're taking a piece of you, okay?
vampire.
And, yeah, in a sense, vampires, yeah. And so, yeah. Psychic
also-
vampires, we'll say, okay?
Also-
But they shouldn't be here, so they have a choice to come into the light.
Also, they can overlap someone, so if you're looking at someone.
That's a
that-
shapeshifter.
And they can make someone's face look different.
Yeah,
They can overlap.
yeah. That's because the time changes. So they can copy and paste something on someone, or have something come into the body of something like an entity, and it could be an alien energy. And the aliens could hitchhike into anybody.
So, I mean, you could be having a conversation, looking at someone.
The
and
person
then-
could change,
and then they look
physically
like-
change,
They
yeah.
look like a monster and scare someone.
Yeah.
And the person says, what's going on?
That's on YouTube. You can look in there on YouTube and see people changing. Yes?
Before you said that it was rare to have other these.
Very rare. Yeah, to have them come into the light.
Come into the light.
Yeah.
But now you mentioned the conception. What form does it take? It's kind of hard to imagine anything that negative being embraced by the light without part of the purification.
Yeah, what happens is they have a choice to come into the light, okay? Some of these beings could have a spirit or soul in them, and they forgot what it was. They got heavily mind controlled, okay? And all of a sudden they realize, yeah, you know, what will happen is the light will give them a chance to see the light. And so normally, hypothetically, we'll say there's 1,000 of them, and they'll take a couple, maybe the head ones, they'll say, do you want to come into the light to see what it's like? And they'll come into it. They're still going to be in duality. So they have 1 foot in duality, 1 into the light. And say, this is what it's like. Free choice, free will. And they may say, you know, I know what duality is, but this is much better. Then they'll tell their group, saying, hey, this is a good thing to go to, and they all go over. The Eastern Indian deities that came into the light, there's I think 46 of them. And all those got tired. It was real sad because they were exhausted. Everybody's using them for a purpose to get what they want to have. And the aliens made them produce, okay? And when they had a chance, I was going to terminate them, but I always give them a chance to go into the light. And once they knew about the light, they just switched over instantly. So there's, I don't know how many Eastern Indian deities there are, but well, there's 46 of them that are in the light. The other ones could already be in the light, I don't know, but I know 46 of them went.
So you're like an alien buster, like you have a pack and stuff? How does that work? Like, how do you make them do that?
An alien buster, huh? Like Ghostbuster?
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I remember, you know, they had that pack on their back and they had the tools and they pushed them. Yeah, how are you doing that?
Light. Use light.
Like a
pure
flashlight?
Like downstairs to the light chamber?
No, pure light.
You just stand there like that?
No, but where's the light? Like, you have a device that has the light on it or no?
Yes and no. I'll give you.
Is that proprietary information? Because I'm not trying to really steal your
No. This is light. I'll give you a dose of light. Okay? You already have it, but I'll give you a little more. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is like a minute, small amount because you already have it inside of you. You feel a slight change. You feel a little more at ease. Okay? Now, I can't give you a lot of light, because if I gave you a lot of light, you'd disappear. You don't want to do that. See, the light, if you try to force light, let's see, into darkness, the light would terminate the darkness. Okay? And since your body is made of darkness, because of mind energy, of DNA, following me so far? So you are a DNA darkness energy. And because of that, if light were to come at you at 100% strength, it would just terminate you. This is what they do to the aliens. So I can give you a little bit more light, but all your light that you need is with your spirit. But you have to regain your spirit, because your spirit's been sliced and diced so many times that just a little piece of you is here. That's why when I do the decloning, you get another little piece of that sugar cube, another little piece, start feeling better. Because your body, your bone structure is holding light at that point. And that starts to materialize you. So if you want to enlist, you have to say yes. The soldiers are here, the U.S. soldiers are here. You go through their orientation first, and then from there, you can go into whatever race you wish to go into from there. It takes about a week typically. Sometimes people have been out fighting the aliens within a day. You can be on a computer, you can do something else besides battles. It's up to you, but most people want to kind of get even, you know, because they see what's happening here. So it's more of regaining your own divinity, your own self that the aliens have stole from you. And that's what it's about. You can de-enlist whenever you choose to. It's nothing that's going to be dramatic. When you're fighting the aliens, you have to be in the moment, in pure peace. You can't be in judgment, because then you'll be taken over by the aliens. Because they're in judgment, they're in duality.
So what is the Holy Spirit?
The Holy Spirit is something that they claim was brought here. It doesn't exist. Okay? The Holy Spirit is a dark side energy that was brought forth in the Bible, stating that Jesus left the Holy Spirit here to keep people safe. It doesn't exist. The only thing to keep you safe is your own spirit. Okay?
Where did that come from?
That's your birthright. Being a human, you have that.
There's a source for it, though. An infinite source.
Yeah, that's where it came from, but you're here. Remember, you're stuck here through reincarnation. You came in once upon a time, long time ago when you came here, and that's why you're here. You can't get out. You have an opportunity to get out every 2,000 years.
The ascension.
The ascension, and that's your choice. Light doesn't care if you ascend or not. If you don't ascend, light will attempt to find you because you're just, the only difference between you and a master is that the master worked on himself or had the energy taken out of the body for DNA. I don't have much DNA in my body whatsoever. Because if I had DNA, I can do what I'm doing. Okay?
So if a scientist took blood samples, they wouldn't find anything?
Probably not much, no.
Have you ever had that scientifically?
Never had it. Nope. I don't need it. I'm a light being.
So instead of if they plucked a saliva sample.
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about you. You got the problem. You're stuck here. You've been reincarnating and reincarnating and reincarnating and reincarnating, and you like to get the hell out of here. And you lost the teachings of Jesus 2,000 years ago. Either you were here in a body with your spirit, and a New Ager came by and told you about something else, or to worship some rocks or some crystals or the moon or the sun, and you went for it. Okay? Maybe you were controlled by the alien race of the Old Testament. Okay? And so whatever you believed at that time, okay, kept you from ascending, which is the mind control of the aliens. Okay? But you had a belief system. Remember, belief systems are only from aliens. In source energy, it's peace.
Now in the Old Testament, is like Ezekiel was an alien, for instance?
I don't get into that. So, any other questions? All I can tell you is that what's written in books is basically a lie put upon you. Okay, because source energy doesn't channel. Source energy doesn't come and give a script. So, because source energy would be judging itself with the vocabulary of words. Okay, so it can never be put down into paper.
How about written in stone? The Ten Commandments.
No.
Well, the Ten Commandments are laws and rules from an alien who wanted to control you. What's the first commandment?
No. I am.
Have no other God.
Thou shalt worship no other God but me.
Ah. So thou shalt have no other gods before me, right? Does that sound familiar? So, gods is plural, right? It means more than one, right?
No, God, singular.
Okay. No other God, okay? So that's telling you that there are other aliens out there that are gods, okay? And those God energies are going to control you. But this big alien God energy wanted to keep you in control. He wanted to control you not to go outside to worship something else. That's what it really boils down to.
So who was Moses? I mean, you're saying he was fooled? Is that what you're saying?
He's made up.
Everything that you have learned in this lifetime, okay, is probably going to be a lie to you.
How about
Because you're in duality. All you have is what you've been taught, right? That's your belief system. And your belief system is something that you have read or learned about to exist here. But you're not in source energy. So you continuously are bringing forth one lie upon another lie, some other information that doesn't make sense. Now the mind can logically figure something out very easily, and it will figure out a way to do so, to self-validate yourself and your belief system. But in source energy, all you have is the moment in time that doesn't exist. You have now.
Now.
You have now, but you're not in now. Okay? You're in time. And I live out of time. I don't live in time. I don't live in the duality consciousness. That's why I can talk to you. That's why I can do these healings instantly.
Well, when the Eastern religion talked about non-duality, you agree with that? And
it depends. Well, it all depends. There's always truth in everything. Okay? Everything has some kind of fine truth in it. But there is, but you can't, if they're talking about it, they can't bring that energy in because they haven't got out of the time reality. You can stop time. I can stop time for you. I'll do that right now. I'll stop time on your time-based reality. I'll count to 5 to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you notice, time is stopped. Look at each other. and you're not going to court anybody, because you can't. You can't court anybody unless the time wheel is moving, okay? That's what gives the aliens gas for you, because if you stop time in their reality, then you're frozen and you're on one timeline only. But you don't live there. I'll put you back into time. Now you're back into time. I'll bring you where I am, okay? Ready? This is source energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're in source energy, where time doesn't even exist. No such thing as time.
Is this the concept, I mean, I'm talking from a layperson, but is this the concept of the present, future, and past, we're all happening at the same time?
No, because you're still dealing in time. You're bringing forth
I couldn't
past
word
time.
it any different.
Yeah, yeah, but you're still.
It's a convenient way of communicating time.
Yeah.
It's a human-made construct.
Yeah. So everything that you know about is basically the lie. Okay. You can come close to source energy, but you can never get out of it. You can never get out of duality, because everything that you have been taught, because you have DNA in your body. Your DNA in your body is going to keep you in time.
So that's the goal, to dissolve the DNA in your body.
Right.
Oh, okay. Now we get.
That's the goal.
I'm trying
That's
to
the
get
goal.
some practical.
So you have to get back to the teachings of Jesus. So what do they talk about Jesus? He came to release your sins, right? That's what they claim, right? So what was he doing? Emotional healings on people. That's what I do. Emotional healings. Get rid of your DNA in this lifetime. It doesn't matter if your old DNA, if it doesn't resurface in you, then it's not activated. So what are people doing now? The buzzword maybe 10 years ago was DNA activations. I don't know if anybody's doing it now or not.
22-strand thing.
Yeah, who cares? What do you want? More judgment. They're giving you more alien DNA with judgment in it. You're trying to get out of judgment. You're getting more stuff put into you. Not going to help you.
So are you saying that all humans are hybrids? Part human, part alien DNA? Or all
Of course.
DNA?
We're all aliens here. Your body is an alien species. But they stripped out of you a lot of stuff. They took the light infusion chamber puts light back into you that the aliens took out. If you haven't been in the light infusion chamber, you're missing out on this whole reason why you're at the Expo.
And if you have a seizure disorder, no problem, right?
Right. Yep. So just go into the chamber to get light put back in your body that the aliens took out of you. And then you have a chance to start to heal yourself. But you have to get rid of your emotions in this lifetime. This is why I do emotional clearings on people. This is what Jesus did. That's the starting point. So remember, your DNA, your emotional body is your storyline in this lifetime. Who and what you think you are is your storyline. And that's because when you were first born, you had no DNA activation. Okay? Because you're just a baby. No thought, right? Babies don't think. They learn how to think. And then you tell them, stop, go, yes, no. Yes?
Who charged more for their services, you or Jesus?
He dealt with gold. Okay? Plus he didn't have expenses like this.
Was
So
Jesus the first one, or were there others before him?
others before, although I don't have the names of them. I was in Buddha before Jesus for a short time, teaching about the ascension coming out in 600 years, okay?
You were Buddha, is that what you said?
I was in his body
Yeah,
at
yeah.
times, yes, uh-huh.
Because Howard said that he was Buddha.
But I don't have any.
Or were you Howard too or no?
I can't answer what he was. Oh, I can tell you that I was in the body to jumpstart humanity for ascension, so that the people 600 years, I believe it's 600 years, it was either 300 or 600 years before, to jumpstart people. So when Jesus came here, people would have, through their breeding process, they'd work on themselves to get rid of their karma, right?
This is the disciples of Jesus.
No, this is from Buddha. Buddha's teachings, the true teachings, were to get rid of your densities in your body, which is what Jesus was doing also, but to jumpstart you. So if your ancestors, back then they probably didn't have very many children, right? And they probably didn't live a long life, right? Because of, so maybe they went through 2 or 3 generations, in 100 years, okay? So we'll say they went through 3. So you got 18 generations, right? 3 times 6, okay? So those people would have worked on themselves and had children
after maybe 50 years of age or something, or maybe 30, whatever, if they would have worked on themselves when they became, say, 10 to maybe the breeding age, we'll say, and they didn't have children right off the bat, and they got rid of their judgments, then those judgments that they got rid of would not be passed on to their children. So you had basically 18 generations to do that. Then when Jesus came, he came here to jumpstart humanity and say, hey, you guys did all the work. You know about what Buddha said, right? Oh, you're all cleaned out. We just got to do a little bit of work on you. Now you're ready to do the ascension. So the darkness killed Jesus, the Space Brothers. He should have lived here about 15 years, approximately longer than what he did, to work with more people.
How old was Jesus when he died?
It all depends what timeline you're looking at.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
How about Muhammad?
I don't have any information on that.
I mean, whether he's a dark force or a light force?
I think the initial energy was probably light, and then the darkness switched it around. All you have to do is change a few words. You say, that's why the light doesn't channel. You know, when I first heard in some of the black music a while back, and they used the word bad for good. Remember that? You go, huh? You know, I heard that. I go,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, you know, this is bad. Well, it's good. Well, how would that work if somebody channeled that? Okay.
That's like 1984.
Yeah.
War is peace.
Okay.
Love is hate.
Yeah, and so you can't use words. Light doesn't use words. Okay.
And you can't use emotions, ideally.
And you can't use emotions either.
Now,
And so the only way to convey something is to use the words. But if that's why the light cannot channel. I can tell you what I know as a light being looking down upon this place from a space out of time and out of the reality of the darkness. I can tell you what I see. That's all that I'm doing to you, is trying to give you information from light, using words to try to describe something that I really can't describe to you.
And can light be converted into symbols?
No.
It just...
No, light does not have symbols.
So
the Reiki energy that people use to do healings, that's darkness energy, because it's a symbol that you're tying into initially when you get your Reiki attunement. Is it going to work? Of course it's going to work.
Yeah.
The darkness gave you the problem. So, in the first place. So you go to a practitioner, they think they're using light, right? Because nobody would think they're using darkness. So when you go to any practitioner and they do their whatever they're doing on you, you're getting energy from the darkness being sent to you. Remember, you don't go outside of yourself. Your spirit can heal you. And so all of a sudden, the darkness can take away what the darkness gave you.
So the creator of the poison also created the antidote.
That's good. The creator of the poison also can create the antidote. Yes. So that's the problem that we're having. I'm trying to convey to you where I come from and how I see things, but I have to use words. But the light doesn't channel. The light doesn't grandstand. Somebody say, Ron, can you make this water into wine? Wine? No, I don't do that.
Do you get
Sai Baba did that.
migraines?
Do I get migraines? No, I don't get headaches.
Do you have any illness?
One time I got sick was about 2 years ago when I was having the chemtrails here and versus the chemtrails in California. I normally do not get sick. I don't have health insurance. I haven't seen a doctor except for a couple of teeth problems, which is, I won't get into that problem. But as far as a medical doctor, I have not seen a medical doctor since I was probably about 18. That's a couple of years ago. So to me, the doctors would be something that I don't even deal with.
All right, so now
and I don't fear death. If somebody said, Ron, you got cancer, I'd say, okay, that's fine. I'd try to get rid of it. If it didn't get rid of it, I'd kill myself. I wouldn't be in misery.
You're talking about eliminating emotion. So what?
Yep.
You're not allowed to have a sense of humor, and you're not allowed to...
Emotions will bring you duality. So
you want to eliminate
the body is always going to seek a balance, okay? Because the body wants to heal itself. So it'll bring out in the DNA, we'll say laughter, okay? Now what's going to happen? It's way out of here in laughter. Body has to seek balance. So what's going to bring the laughter back to balance, right? The opposite of laughter, okay? Right? Whatever that would be. Crying, okay? So it'll bring you the other aspect of duality, and you're going to be doing this and this and this and this until you finally reach the balance in the center. Once you reach the balance in the center, then you're in non-judgment. The whole thing is judgment. That's stored inside of your body.
So basically, what is judgment?
Judgment is turning. Judgment is actually connecting to the mind energy. The darkness gave you mind energy. Heart energy, there's no judgment.
But judgment means this is good, this is bad. That would judgment.
Good and bad, yes. Yes and no, stop, go. And you have to use some of that to live here.
What's the difference between discernment and judgment?
Discernment would be where you already know what's happening. You can observe it outside of yourself, or not attached to it. You're not getting an energy that you have to look at and go through the cause and effect relationship of duality to experience. You just look at it. So if I'm watching you, for instance, and I see you put your finger in a flame and you go, oh shit, that really hurt, I burnt my finger, I'd look at that and say, oh, I better not do that. That's discernment, right? Now duality would be, oh shit, I can handle that, and I'll do it myself, and I got a blister. That's the cause and effect, right? So discernment is just observing, being in the state where you're not controlled to do something outside of yourself as a mind-controlling program. I'll take your right hands right now, okay, and I'll take away the mind control problem that you have on it. Remember, the aliens control you through robotic programs. So here we go. Just feel your right hand, your right wrist. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Whoa!
There.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so move your wrist around. Is your hand freer?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to put it back on again.
No.
I want to see if you're awake.
So now, are you supposed to be like the statue of the Buddha, just with no expression on their face?
No. Do I look that way? You know, but I'm not tied into judgment.
Just make a joke.
Yes, go ahead.
I've always thought that the light was shining through best, like brings literature, great art, right?
Yes, yeah, creativity.
And yeah.
The light comes through creativity.
Yeah, this outside of the light that is saying, very often these things evoke emotions.
Or what again, the last part?
Very often these great creative products evoke emotions.
They only evoke emotions. Let's say you hear some music and you start crying because of it, because you feel the happiness in the music. Okay, well that's because you have something inside of you that's responding to that emotion. What I do is I like watching movies. I'll watch movies to see what's going on. And so it doesn't matter if somebody gets stabbed or whatever, I don't jump around. Any of you go to a movie and you see something happen, a car wreck, or somebody gets stabbed or shot or whatever, you go, oh, well that's because you got it inside of you. You're reacting to a situation that you went through. Your genetic line of who your ancestors went through that problem. Or you watch somebody fall off a cliff and they get tumbled around, you know, and you go, oh man, that's bad for me. You freak out. Well, that's because you have it stored inside of you. I just watch them. And I try to figure out the loopholes. I try to figure out what's happening. So when I watch the alien movies where the aliens are doing stuff to people, I go, I'm getting a clue here, because the dark side is telling me information I got to find out about. Okay? When I see 11:11 on a clock, which isn't too often, as soon as I see that, I'm after that alien race, because they're trying to program me. 11:11.
Oh, they make you look at a clock at that exact
Okay, here's the way it works. The aliens are sending down to a transmission to you. Okay, and their way of tagging you to know their validation that you're programmed is to physically move your body. Okay, so say I have a clock right over here. This is my clock, right? So all of a sudden it's 11:10 and it's maybe 11:10, 55 seconds. So they want to see. I want to see if you know. So they're up here. Okay, let's see if this person's programmed. So all of a sudden I automatically turn my body, move my neck down, my eyes focus to this here. I go, oh man, I saw 11:11 again. And they go, we got that person.
I do that,
at least twice a day.
At least twice a day, yeah. Let me stay up late.
And a friend of mine say, this is the angels, and you have
yeah, well, of course, yeah.
Angel.
Yeah. They'll tell you whatever seems to work for you. Because there has to be a reason why you're seeing it, right? And naturally, they're going to make that into some kind of divine situation of you seeing the same numbers. And you could see 1, 2, and 3 all the time. You could see different things. You may see license plates with the same numbers on it. That's just a mind control pattern, knowing that they got you.
So that last scale, 11, 11, 11, that was a double whammy.
Great, a triple whammy, yeah. And then all the people follow suit. They go to different healings, different transmissions of people.
They go outside.
They're going to go, oh, we're going to bring in this energy of 1111. It's from the gods. So of course it's from the gods. Those are the aliens. They bring it all into you, and you're hooked up even worse. Because you're going outside of yourself. You're looking for divinity outside of yourself because you don't think you have it. Yes?
You said the masters have nothing to do with this with Jesus, because as a master, wasn't he?
He's not fighting the aliens.
Can you tell me, are the angels aliens?
Good question. Okay. Let's just say once upon a time, there were these beings here that were angels. Okay? And the light may have been in, we'll say the light came into the angels to do a mission here. We'll say for 1 month. Okay? And they did what they had to do for 1 month. Then they left, went back to source energy. Okay? Now the light of the darkness cloned or replicated these angels and brought them into all the churches. Okay? So all of a sudden those angels are now light of the darkness. They'll still do work for you, which you shouldn't really tell them to do, but everybody normally uses the Saint Germain quote called light of flame. That's darkness. They'll use Archangel Michael all the time. That's with the sword, right? The light doesn't come to you. The light will never come to you. I only gave you a little dose earlier because I wanted to show you what it was like. The light does not come to you. You already have it with you. That's the trap. That's the trap. You're already light. The only difference between you and an ascended master is that the ascended master had all the DNA taken out of the body that he lived in, and the light being spirit came in. Now you chose here to incarnate, so you left the light to have an experience living in light on light planets. Okay? That's what you chose to do initially. Somehow along the way, the dark side gave you the wrong bus ticket. How or why, I don't know. A one-way ticket. And you came here. Or you came in from light thinking it was light here. Whatever happened, I have no clue. But it happened. And now you got stuck here. Okay? And then you got programmed. The Bible talks about that, something about don't partake of the fruits of the tree of knowledge. Am I saying that correctly? Anybody a Bible student in here?
Well, that's Adam and
something like that, the Adam and Eve story, right? So what's that? What's knowledge? Mind energy, which is telling you, don't judge the light. So all of a sudden, people, in theory, wanted to have an experience of being in duality, judging the light, and when you start judging the light, then they put you into mind energy. So the mind energy now has duality. That's why you want to get peace. So you're all trying to find peace. So you do the mind to heart drop to go into your heart to get peace.
That's why all the Westerners go to India to the ashram. That's the purpose, to find peace.
Yeah, you find it in 20 seconds. I can give you peace in 20 seconds. Yes?
You obviously volunteer.
Did I volunteer to come here? Yeah, in a sense I did. What I could, all I can figure out, using my mind here, looking at it realistically, is since I was a healer in Jesus, I didn't finish my mission here. And so kind of being in judgment, which I really can't be in judgment, because light is not in judgment, but to me it's like unfinished business. And the light saw this place is like, forget it. This place is gone because the people never understood Jesus' teachings, never understood anything before Jesus, and this place got overtaken by darkness. So I came here to finish the mission of what Jesus did as far as his philosophy to get back into your heart center, and from there people could at least have a chance to do the ascension, to get the heck out of here. So I came back to help people. No. Princess Dinah was the last one here. There was, I think, 2 other light beings. One I know, one I don't know. But they're the one that I do know is disconnected. Okay, because the light being just couldn't hold frequency. For myself, I could hold frequency.
Disconnected how?
Huh?
Disconnected how?
You have to hold frequency of light. You have to be able to hang on to the energy.
What happens to when it stops?
The energy, the person probably has space holders into the body of light. But a space holder. But I won't get into that because that gets too far off tangent for what I'm talking about.
So was there really an immaculate conception of Jesus?
Yes, yeah.
So what does that mean?
It takes out your DNA. Your DNA is released out of your body.
So what the physical baby of Jesus emanated out of the womb of the Blessed Mother, Mother Mary, the biological mother, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Born like that.
Yeah, and then the light can work on that baby to take out the judgment out of the body, out of the DNA.
And so now, how was her egg fertilized?
Don't know.
How about Elijah?
Don't know. But I don't know. I'll say I don't know.
Because some people's theory is that Jesus was a hybrid, human on the outside, and
in a sense that would be correct. Yeah. Which I would be called a hybrid of a physical body with a
DNA less
with a alien inside of it. So I am an alien to the aliens here. I'm an alien to you guys. That's why it sounds so different, right? If you look at it, because I don't live in your reality. Okay, I have to live here and be in the darkness, and I have to put one foot into darkness to talk to you people, because I have to figure out duality. Very hard living here. So I have to straddle both lines. So what I am is a light being into a physical body, which had judgment in it, and they had to get the judgment taken out of my body. That's why I came in 6 months, and then that process allowed me to do healings on people. So I don't take the energy in. So when you go anything on my website or in the lighting the infusion chamber, it goes right to my body. Everything on here that I'm doing, I'm the conduit for it. If I wasn't here, nothing would be typically working. If I were to die tomorrow, I'd probably figure out a way to get the website working. But as of right now, that's why I said when Jesus left here, every healing that all the churches and whatever people are bringing into them with the name of Jesus didn't work. It was the light of the darkness posing as Jesus. After Jesus left here.
To the spirit world.
Yeah, when his physical body died.
So, but Jesus is still in the spirit world for 2,000 years and alive today in the spirit world.
He's in source energy, not in the spirit world. He's in source energy. The spirit world is duality. That's your concept of what people have here, the spirit realm. The spirit realm is in duality. The Eastern Indian gurus who come back and reincarnate into a body, the Tibetans, all this stuff, they're still in duality. Even though they look like they're at a high level of consciousness because they choose a body, they're in duality. For me, it'd be like looking down at a crumb on the floor, okay, when I view that. So people use these people as a guru, as a master, whatever. They're in duality.
Would we still be here if there's this time fiction, right? Because it still is this time of Jesus. If it's the time is just a fiction, it's not moving. You're kind of confusing yourself to speak that he's gone. But it's still that same time.
Well, in the now, this is kind of confusing. But you're in time. Jesus was not in time, but he's not going to be here. He has to have a physical body here as a conduit. Okay? There was no light being in a body here after Jesus left. So when his physical body died, or he took the body with him, whatever happened, I don't have any data on that. But when his body left here, when he stopped walking the earth with his body, put it that way, okay? There was no healings done on this planet from Jesus. There's no conduit from light to come into here to help people. The churches created that. In the name of Jesus. That they created everything in the name of Jesus. Yes.
You are enlisted now, I assume?
Yeah, you are enlisted, yes.
What do we expect?
What can you expect? You could probably expect more peace around you. If you have a situation of whatever and you want to know something about it, send me an email, okay, to say that you're at this event and you enlisted. Normally you're just going to feel peace. You shouldn't have really any repercussions of anything. And you might have a bleed through possibly of the energies, what you're doing. Some people are really psychic and they might feel something.
That would just then be when you dream that you'd be like this.
Yeah. So typically you're just going to feel better about it. And you're going to have the sense of some protection around you, which you never had before. You're not going to know where it came from. You're going to say, yeah, I feel like I'm protected. And you are. Because you're part of a unit now once you do that. Yes, again?
I was going like that, show my backup.
Yeah, your backup, yes. Yes.
For the people who came in late, you should open up the re-enlistment.
Okay, so if you want to re-enlist, you can, or you can. All you have to do is say yes, and you're going to first be in the United States of America Founding Fathers Special Elite Forces, and you'll be transmitted, bilocated instantly into the future, be trained with alien technology. Okay, it's alien because it is alien. Okay, and you've probably been in a little spaceship, a little thing going around, and like you see floating around in the cartoons, right? And you're going to have a group of people with you, and you have to be in non-judgment. You can't be in judgment to fight the aliens, because then you're going to be in duality. You have to be in source energy.
So how do you just recognize the enemy and then go like that in their direction unemotionally?
Unemotionally.
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 But I mean, how do you recognize the enemy? And then you just reflect. You're looking at the enemy and just reflect. But you can't be emotional.
You can't be emotional, no.
So you just reflect them. Like
normally what will happen is the enemy, using that term, okay, will actually see you and try to take you over. First. So you're not going to go out on a mission, we'll say, and hunt them down. No.
Good.
No.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
You're going to be out there. You're going to be going into the territory of light to look for light, because you're going to be saving and bringing back light to the light. This is the way source energy can work. The only way it can work. Now, if it sees some light over here 100 miles away, we'll say, it'll say, okay, we're going to go now and reclaim light for the light territory, even though it's in darkness. Now, on the process of you going 100 miles, the aliens may say, we got something invading our territory here. Okay, even though you're in darkness.
Well,
okay?
They're all over the place anyway, so it wouldn't take long. You're a decoy, right? So,
That's
like
it.
In Vietnam, those troops that they dropped down to the helicopter, the purpose was just to draw fire so that they can pull in the jet to drop napalm.
In a sense, yeah. In a sense. And as soon as you start, you're going to be able to see the attack energies, because they're in time. Most of those are in time. Few have found a way to control time, but basically they're in time. So you're going to see this laser shot coming at you like probably 15 seconds. And you can just watch it. And once once it gets shot out, you're going to terminate that energy instantly, and the piece that's coming to you will be terminated also.
So are you being a mirror?
You're out of time.
No.
You're out of time.
You're out of time.
And the laser beam is in time, so you're looking at it, it's coming up, it's taking forever. It's not instant, because you're out of time, and it just fades away.
Oh, it fades away.
Yeah, it gets terminated because it can't go anywhere. It has to be dealt with.
You can't leave time.
Okay.
Now I'm starting to get the concept.
And so what normally happens is the soldiers will see the timelines, see where light is being stored. Remember, they're looking for light. It's all that they're doing is looking for light to bring back light. A part of you is out there, and you're trying to find a part of yourself. That's how the light sees it. Because there's no such thing as lesser light or more light, or this light good or bad or different color or whatever. It's light. It's looking for the creation of light. This is what ascension is.
Is this the white light that everyone talks about?
In a sense, yes.
The white light, okay, I gotta get a visual.
In a sense, that would be that, okay?
White light, good.
Okay. So from there, the light is going to look for light, and it will reclaim the light. Okay, that's there. And in the process of reclaiming it, the aliens may not want that light taken from them because they're using it.
So you're taking the light away from the aliens that the aliens stole.
They already stole it. That's your power source,
Because
yeah.
they're white like vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it.
What are they doing with it?
Huh? What do they do with it? The aliens use it. Remember, the light that you have, remember hearing, like in the Bible, I'm not a Bible person. I did go to church a long time ago, but it's been years. But light is eternal. The light in you will never, ever diminish. It's always with you. It's always going to be around. So why not have a battery that lasts forever? That's what the aliens want. They may not have that. They want to steal that light to use it. Okay? And that's the whole process of what the thing is about.
They do this to other aliens?
Mm-hmm.
That they use it as fuel.
Yeah, as above, so below. So the alien race that you could be battling, there could be another race on top of them controlling them. They may not like you taking out their race. Okay? So then now you got to deal with another alien race that was controlling the one that you terminated.
So I was asking him earlier before downstairs, did you ever have a situation where somebody realized that he didn't want to know that he was a light warrior and instead said, just send me back and pretend like I'm not a light warrior and keep me back in the delusion of duality in order, and so that I will trade in and be a traitor to my own light beings?
Oh, okay. I guess that could be possible. He's talking about, can somebody defect, right?
Well, or just put me back in my delusion, right? Like in that movie, The Matrix.
Yeah. Well, you will be. When you're out fighting, you're going to be in light. Okay, you're going to be in duality, but you're going to be in light at the same time. It's really hard to describe. Yes. Yeah. If you want to come back and stop doing it, just say so, and you're back instantly.
It occurred to me there's a lot of these themes and facts that are running through the reality situation that I've seen in different movies. Is it possible that we're getting messages from these movies about what the real world is?
The writers
That's why, right? That's why
channel
it looks like they live. It looks like The Matrix, and it looks like
Free album with a lot of Phil Dick too. You know,
sometimes authors also, right?
Yeah.
And radio programs and HG.
All that is the aliens telling you what they're doing to you.
The creative science fiction writers are channeling.
What's that?
That doesn't all come from their brain.
Are aliens on timelines?
Nobody is that brilliant.
Are they only coming in on timelines? No, the aliens only can use timelines because they control time.
So what about just crashing all the timelines?
Yeah, if you crash the timelines, that would help you because the aliens abduct you through to the timelines that you're living on. So they create a timeline for you. Yeah, you're being abducted into many times. You're going to be here tomorrow? Come to my lecture at 4. I'll do some more decloning because those are on timelines. So when you have an emotional situation in your life, you are experiencing the emotional situation because you have DNA inside of your body that's blocked. Blocked energy. But I
thought you wanted to dissolve the
DNA hang on. Together. And so your body brings out that blocked energy because that blocked energy could possibly kill you. And so then now you have this storyline on your plate, okay, of whatever. At first it wasn't much of anything, and then as you get older it gets worse, okay, and maybe you start losing body functions, or maybe you break an arm or something, or have a problem. Now that's the blocked energy in you. So the aliens see that and they say, oh, this person here has this misery of whatever it is, right? And now they're emotionally attached to their misery. Misery loves company, right? So you go to all your friends and you're talking about your misery. Now the aliens say, this person's really in this energy of misery. We're now going to abduct this person under the title of misery, and now we're going to sell timelines, 1,000 timelines to other alien races, and they all get on board because you're now in misery. They are sucking the energy off you, and then they replicate you. They replicate you into all these timelines because they have to take a piece of you. And then they grow a body of you, okay? Cloning, genetic reproduction. They clone an identical species just like you, and now you're on 1,000 timelines.
and now you're living those. Now since you have part of your spirit in each one of those timelines, a little piece of it, that spirit now can come to you and give you that same problem and that condition over again. And so all of a sudden, instead of having a little misery, you got 1,000 miseries lined up on top of each other, and they're taking that energy off each one of those. And now you can have a bleed through of that energy, like a deja vu, and say, yeah, I think I've been here before on something, okay?
And you have been.
And you have been, because that's what your dreams are. Your dreams are just a downloading of where you've been.
So you should have dreamed.
No, it's a bleed through.
Could
Yes.
you be on 2 timelines at the same time?
You can be on 1,000 at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're at separate times. They could be going right now
all at the same time. Yeah, yeah.
Are those called parallel universes?
Parallel universe, parallel lifetimes, timelines, all the same thing. Same word for every one of those. Multidimensional being, same thing. Very scary. That they can take a little piece of you and replicate it, and you can be all over the place.
But there are very few people that have this awareness.
That's true.
So that's they got it made then.
That's mind control.
That's the mind control.
So they're practically winners in a way, because
you have to be conscious, and the consciousness that you're using is mind control. Okay, I'll work with your I worked with your right hand, right? Let's do your arm. Okay. So wrist.
Which left or right?
Right. We did right first. So right wrist, right elbow, and right shoulder. Make those real for you. There.
Whoo!
Okay. Now we'll do the left one. How's it feel? Feel like it's better than what it was before? More energy in it? You got a shoulder problem? Oh, the aliens got you.
Not anymore.
Here we go. So, okay, this is a good example. She has a shoulder problem. That means that she's probably out on timelines where the aliens might be torturing her shoulder. Okay? So let's see if I can get rid of those timelines. Here we go. So now I have to go out and battle the aliens for you. Okay? There, how's it feel? Did it help? Did it help at all? A little? Okay. Okay, I'll do the other one now. Let's work wrist, elbow, shoulder, okay? And hand, okay? Get those here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there. See how it feels. So I'm taking off of you a robotic program that the aliens put on you. Remember, I took out the ones for the mind control, okay?
Will I still be able to do the organ in church tomorrow?
Now what
might be better than ever, huh?
Everyone has an aura, correct? Everyone has an electromagnetic field around them.
Yeah.
So now, what about this color business? Different colors of the electromagnetic aura is supposed to be interpreted as meaning your emotional state and your physical state. That's enough.
I can't go there.
It's science.
Yeah, I can't go there.
It's all in time.
It's in time. You see, you're talking about, remember, you're going back into thoughts now, what you've been taught. Okay, so the aliens will give you the energy, the words to use, and the mind programs to give you. Okay, like I said, is that room behind that wall there? You don't know. Are the stars real? Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Well, the light that we're seeing from the stars was from a long time ago.
How do you know?
Because
that's what they tell you.
Because light takes a long time to travel.
That's what they tell you.
It
could be a hologram.
That is not instant. Oh, a hologram.
It could be a hologram.
A hologram.
So
yeah, it's a painting. Okay.
There were 2 stars together.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pointing one that was very big.
Uh-oh.
That's not normal.
Uh-oh.
And it didn't twinkle. They didn't twinkle. They didn't twinkle.
Remember, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. All the kids know. They're telling you. The kids are telling you, right? What you are. What's up there? Is it a star? What is a star? Children are very smart. Whoever made that little jingle there,
You know, it was very smart, but you lost it. You forgot about that. See, all you have is what you're being programmed with. Okay? And so what I'm trying to do is convey to you how source energy is looking at where you are. Okay? And I have to use words to do that. I have to step into darkness here to be able to talk to you. Okay? And also be in the now at the same time. Okay? So I have to use the word time. That's all we have here, right? So I have to be in the now to bring forth source energy to try to explain to you what I'm talking about, which is in duality. And the source energy doesn't know duality. Okay? I can't, when I'm in this state, I cannot read words. I might be able to read one word at a time. Okay? Because it's not like it's dyslexia in a way it would be. But you say, I have to get into time to read a sentence, because when I look at a word, I can only see one thing, flash, that's it. And I have to go to the next word, flash, okay? Because I can't read a sentence because I would be in time. How do you read? You read in time, right? One word, next word, right? So you're in a linear time expression. I'm in the now. All I see is one word.
Why can't you just flash at one sentence?
Mine doesn't work that way. I can't.
I
I have to take each particular word and then figure out what the word is to convey to you. I can talk easier. Okay?
So now the whole purpose of your mission is to
get you out of judgment, to get you away from mind control and aliens. See, the aliens kept you here. The alien agenda of mind control and programming and everything else is keeping you here. And everything here is controlled by aliens because you're living in the soup of aliens. Okay? You're the potato in the soup, okay? And so you're in it. And you're the food for the aliens, yeah.
Basically, we're alien food.
You're alien food, yeah.
You're still stealing our light.
Still stealing your light.
So what we can do...
Uh-oh, we have to go? Too late? Okay, gotcha. Okay, everybody.
So if you guys didn't catch it, to join, you can consciously say, I want to join, and you're in.
And if you want
Sure, but I got to read up on that. I didn't get
You're not
all
gonna
the
see any-
disclaimers and all that. I'm
You're
not
just-
going to commit to something as important as that kind of
Sure,
research.
but you won't notice any difference
I'm
here.
going to go check out, huh?
You won't notice any difference here. You won't notice it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that one before.
You're having another lecture tomorrow.
That's what they told me before I had my appendix taken out.
I came to this world with no memory. I was a blue baby. My doctor was sick, was drunk. Dropped me, crashed my
Oh no.
Yeah, and here I am, being sucked by the aliens. That's a terrible thing.
I have to tell you something. I want to tell you. I was wondering about.